What is up, people? Mr. Fallior here again, bringing you my first Q&A video. So, I am not going to extend the intro any more than that. Let's get right into the questions. Question number 1 from Effin Ass Ninja. How long are you down there? Now, I'm not exactly sure what he meant by that, so I'm going to answer it both ways that I can think of. One is maybe he's asking how long have we been here in Florida, and that is 4 years. It's been 4 years now since we moved down here from New York. And the second way that I'm thinking of that he could have asked is how long are we going to be here, and that I have no idea. The plan is just staying here until I move out, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, next question. From Brandon Castor. Why don't you try to get a job and move out so you can start your own life? Now, this one is understandable for a new viewer that hasn't been watching my vlogs, but I've been trying. There are quite a few obstacles in my way, both you can help and you can't, mainly the ones that you can't help, with my stepdad, financial trouble, having no family or friends anywhere around here. None of our neighbors are trustworthy or seem friendly in any way. There's no bus routes anywhere. Taxi costs the same amount that you would make an entire day from most minimum wage jobs, or even slightly higher than that. You would probably come out with making $4 a day. And same thing with Uber and stuff, because our area isn't like a city. In cities, Uber charges less, but in more areas like this, they charge more because there's not as many customers. So, yeah, there's quite a lot of things that's working against that, but I'm still trying, which is why I am finally starting to get my license, which I know seems late for somebody my age, but there was nothing I could do before that. So I'm just working with what I have and trying to get out as soon as possible if I can. So anyway, next question from the Golden Working Crazy Bones. What is the most hardest thing you have ever dealt with? What is your favorite video game console ever, or video game? What do you think of the Nintendo Switch? Also love your videos. You are awesome. So I guess this is a 3-parter. So what is the hardest thing you have ever dealt with? Off the top of my head, because I haven't planned any of this out, because I want it to be as natural as possible when I answer these questions. So off the top of my head, definitely the hardest thing that I've ever dealt with so far is what occurred the beginning of this year. I believe it was January, when I had my first anxiety attack, which wound up being a long process afterwards. The anxiety attack itself, of course, I was freaked out. I thought I was going to have a heart attack and all that stuff. And I had to go to the hospital, and they injected me with some calming stuff that didn't help, and all of that. But that was just the beginning. For the next 2 or 3 months straight, I had non-stop chest pressure that would not go away. I go to sleep. It seems okay. Then after about 5 to 10 minutes, it was back all day long, every single day, without fail. For the entire 2 to 3 months, it was there, and it always felt like I was going to have a heart attack, or I was having a heart attack for the entire 3 months straight. That was the very, very, very difficult for me. It took a toll on my physical and mental health, and I am still suffering from the after effects mentally with now I have extended anxiety that I never had before because of that case. So whether it's now PTSD or what, I now have residual effects from that, where I am now afraid of, I now get afraid whenever my heart beats faster. So exercise or adrenaline or something like that, it always freaks me out and makes me think I'm going to have a heart attack or whatever. Whenever I am full and I'm having indigestion and I get pressure here, instant anxiety thing, makes me think I'm going to die or some shit like that. And even when I know, common sense, that I'm not going to die and I'm not having a heart attack, it's still the residual effects from that. To the point where during those 3 months I actually said on a vlog that actually upset a few people when I said that I would rather be in a wheelchair than have that feeling of going to have a heart attack every single day for the rest of my life. And that pissed some people off because they thought I was being insensitive. But if you actually knew what that felt like, feeling every day, every minute for the entire 3 months straight, I would have rather been in a wheelchair for those 3 months than have to deal with heart attack feeling the entire 3 months. I'd choose 3 months of wheelchair rather than 3 months of heart attack feeling. You know what I mean? Anyway, that was definitely the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with so far in my life. Hopefully that's the hardest thing I ever have to deal with. What is your favorite video game console? I don't know if there's any one console, but definitely PlayStation brand. PlayStation 1 I got was the first console that I ever got, and then PlayStation 2, 3, and 4 that I've got, and I also have a 360, Xbox 360. I have never tried a Nintendo console, not even stuff like Mario or anything, which, I don't know. Favorite video game, I guess Fable 2 is my favorite video game of all time. I know some people prefer Fable 1 over Fable 2 or 3, but Fable 2 is definitely one of my favorites, and that's going to stick with me for a long time. Favorite video game series, though, is Grand Theft Auto. What do you think of the Nintendo Switch? That seems pretty good. I watched the video the first day. It definitely seems interesting, and I'm probably not going to get it, at least not right away. But you know, if I have a job and I have extra money, you know, I might try it out, depending on how well it's received. So yeah. Anyway, next question from Random Roslio. What is inside your computer? The specs. So I can check that really quick. It is a Intel Core i7 4770 CPU at 3.4 gigahertz, 12 gigabytes of RAM, and a GTX 645. And I believe it's a 1 terabyte hard disk drive. So yeah, and it's also Windows 10 64-bit. And when did you start playing RuneScape? Believe the end of 2005 or the beginning of 2006. I remember the very first holiday event item that I got was the Easter ring that turns you into an Easter egg. Next question. Sam Hatton, 3-part question. Top 5 TV shows, top 5 video games, top 5 movies. This one's difficult off the top of my head. Maybe I should have planned this one out, but I don't know. I might not be able to get all 5. But TV shows, Walking Dead, CSI, NCS, stuff like that. A haunting, hoarding, and extreme couponing. Top 5 video games. Fable 2. Grand Theft Auto, but I'm not sure which one. I'll just count that all in one, just because. Last of Us. Don't know anymore right now. Twisted Metal. Definitely. Skyrim. Probably. I will probably say Skyrim. And those are not in any order, by the way, of any of them. I don't know which one. I mean, obviously Fable 2 I said was my favorite, but I'm not going to order the rest. Top 5 movies. Wizard of Oz. I will say The Lion King. Nightmare on Elm Street. Friday the 13th. Jeepers Creepers. I don't know why I had a blank with horror, but I love horror movies. Next question. From Moth Vlogga. How old are you? I am 23. Moth Vlogga again. Will you add me on Facebook? I am actually trying not to add people that I do not know in person. But I do have a public Facebook now for my channel, MrFalliorsLife on Facebook. So if you wanted to go on that and like that, if I ever have any engagement on there, because so far I only have 3 people on that page, but if I ever have any engagement, I will always engage in my audience, just like I do in the comments of all of my videos. From Seth Connolly. Favorite vloggers. Shay Carl, always my favorite. Not so much recently, but I definitely liked watching his videos a lot. Both Jesse and Gina from Prankvsprank, I like both of their styles of vlogging, and exploring with Josh. And also Plushtime vloggers, I like them too. Plushtime. I believe it's called Plushtime vlogging or something like that. Plushtime, whatever, you know, they do the arcade videos and stuff like that. I like them now. What inspired you to start vlogging? From Suckin' My Balls. Love the name. I walked right into that. What inspired you to start vlogging? Shay Carl. That's why I am daily vlogging and why I have not missed a day for almost 2 years straight now. I have said this in the description of all of my videos so far. I may change that, I may not, I don't know. I've changed it after the 2nd year started of vlogging. But I definitely have a little bit of dedication to him in the description of all of my vlogs. If you did not read the description of any of them, that is something you could check out. There is also, speaking of that, there's also my 1 year ago video in the description of every single video that I make, so you can go back and watch the video that I made exactly 1 year ago. So yeah. From Craig Daniel, what kind of work would you like to get into? This one I've actually been having a lot of trouble thinking about and trying to figure out. I honestly do not know fully, but I would like to at least start out at like a dollar store type of store or something along those lines, where it's not a massive store like Walmart where you have the whole store to worry about and all that. I like the smaller stores, so I was thinking something like Subway or a dollar store or something like that. Something that's like you're not like absolutely swarmed with masses of people, and it's not a giant store that you have to deal with. You have this small contained area where it's easier to memorize everything, and you don't have swarms of people. You still have enough, but you don't have like swarms of people where you're overwhelmed, especially with the anxiety that I now have because of what happened earlier this year. So I was thinking something like that. But for a dream type of job, honestly, I think YouTube would be perfect for me. Especially once I have more money and stuff. My vlogs will be so much better once I can actually afford to do stuff. And I will definitely be enjoying this a lot more, and you guys would be enjoying it a lot more too, because I will be happier and my videos will be a lot more entertaining because I'll be out of the house a lot more and videoing and doing a lot of cool stuff. That's my plan anyway, and if I could do that as a job, that would be really, really awesome for me. So, you know, if you want to help me out, subscribe, listen to the pillow, and like all my videos. Anyway, what are your hobbies? Right now, vlogging, computer, video games. That's about it for now. Yep. From Coco R. What is your favorite person in the world and why? That I would say my mom is, because she has taught me everything that I know and right from wrong, and she's probably the reason why I've never gotten into drugs or even alcohol or cigarettes or any of that stuff. It has definitely kept me more grounded and kept me out of the bad scene, quote unquote. You know, when you wind up hanging with the wrong crowd in school and stuff. I definitely believe that she is the reason why I have not gone that route like many others sadly have. Not saying anything's wrong with drinking or anything like that, or you're a bad person or anything, but you know, a lot of bad stuff comes with it usually. So, you know, I'm glad that I've stayed away from all that stuff. What country would you like to visit if you could? I believe I would visit the UK, specifically London, because I really like the olden days type style they still have in a lot of their areas. I don't know, I just like the idea of like the stone roads in some of the areas that they have, and the older buildings, and like the whole British style is just really cool to me. I also like the idea of going to a place. I think Spain would probably be a good place if I could somehow like have a Spanish translator to always follow us or whatever. That would be cool. Or any type of like cool like mountain ranges. That's also not extremely hard to breathe, because the higher up you are, it's harder to breathe because the air is so thin. But like it would be really cool to see the really nice mountain ranges and stuff in person. I would really love that. But definitely my first choice would probably be the UK, specifically London area, or something similar to London, you know, like the olden style and stuff. It's pretty cool for me. From Impulsee. Do you enjoy memes or dank ones? If you answer correctly, I'll follow you on Twitter. Not sure what you mean by answer correctly. I'm not that into I'm not like that detailed into memes, but I definitely love my memes. I have seen quite a few of them and have shared quite a lot of them, and it definitely depends on the meme, but I definitely love them a lot. So yeah, not sure what answer you were actually looking for though, so sorry if I did not follow along with the joke, if there was one, because it seems like there would have been, but I did not see it. So anyway, also from Impulsee, do you play CSGO or any Steam games? If so, add me on Steam. I do not play CSGO. I do play one game on Steam right now, and that is formerly known as Next Car Game. I believe it's called Wrecked now, but I'm not completely sure, because when the computer messed up, it deleted the game, and I did not install it yet, so reinstall it, I don't think, unless it's in my games folder. Let me check. And my games folder is not what you think. It's like pinball is one, and then Runescape. Basically, that's it. Yeah, I did not re-download it yet. But yeah, I believe it's called Wrecked, or next car game. So, you know, if you play that, or you want to play that, and I might do multiplayer, if anybody wants to. It's a demolition derby game, and it's really fun to do. I've just never found anybody to play online with, except for random people that are on, but there's not many people that play right now, so that kind of sucks, but, you know, it is what it is. I think my username's Fallior, just regular Fallior, but on Steam, if you wanted to add me, go ahead, and I will add you. Also from Impulse, final question, is your dick out for Harambee? You can't see, but always. Next question. Next and final question comes from Christian910923 or 910923, or however you say the name. 910-923. Probably going to get you the most followers because I'm saying your name the most. How did you get all your cats? Okay, technically we only have 2. I'm not sure the third one or the fourth one. It's kind of weird because with my stepdad and stuff, like if he was out of the picture, we would definitely have 4. If with him here with us, it's kind of 2, but I don't really know for sure what's official and what's not. But Mookie, I'll try to remember to add pictures of each one if I, well, at least Mookie and Tasha, so you know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'll take pictures of them now, so you know what I'm talking about. But Mookie was, well, actually first Tasha. We got Tasha first. She, we didn't have any animals at the time. My mom really wanted a cat, so we looked up free cats that people were giving away, and we found a post because she was looking for calico cats, and we found a post that said free calico cats, and so we went there, and they weren't calico cats. But they were still like 2-color. So I picked the lightest colored one, which is Tasha, and we went home, and that's how we got Tasha. And then Mookie, her story is a little bit different. There was actually a mother cat in our backyard. These were both in New York, by the way. Mookie was in the backyard. I mean, Mookie's mother was in the backyard because she was a pregnant cat, and we decided she was always around before she even got pregnant, and she was pregnant and like she was getting really fat, so my mom thought it would be a good idea to actually bring her in the back room and keep her there, put a litter box and feed her and stuff until she gave birth, which she didn't. Instead, we actually brought her to my grandma's house because she said that she would keep them. She will keep them until they give birth and stuff. And she did. She gave birth to 4 black cats, and then Mookie, Mookie came out backwards with her head still stuck in there, but her body was out, and so her head was in there for a little bit, and she was like kind of choking because, you know, it was like tight around her throat. It was where she stopped pushing, and then she finally pushed her out, and she was not breathing. So we got a towel and stuff, and my mom was like going like this back and forth to try to warm her up, to try to, like, you know, like get some air, because that's what they say to do if the kitten isn't breathing, is to like rub both sides of them at the same time with a towel or something like that. Not hard, but like fast, to like generate some type of friction or something like that. And we did, and she like switched it over to me, and then I was doing it, and back and forth, and then eventually she started breathing, and After that, she kind of, as a kitten, she looked like a little monkey, and so that's how she got the name Mookie. And then we looked it up, and Mookie is actually a word that combines the word muffin and cookie together. So that's her nickname, is Mookie Muffin Cookie. And then we got Tabby, who was outside, an outside cat here in Florida, and he would always want to come in and out and stuff. But he was mostly still out until he was having some like respiratory issues, so we brought him to the vet and found out that he was already fixed. And after that, he was allowed in more because we already had a problem with a cat that wasn't fixed. We would pee, and you don't want that. And if it's already not yours, you can't really, it's hard to pay for a cat that's not actually yours to get fixed just so that you can let him in the house. So after that, now he's just been in the house most of the time, and he still goes out every day, but he stays in at nighttime every night. And then Betty, black and white cat, that one is, I don't really know. She just mainly sticks to herself and her areas, mainly outside all the time, but she'll come in every so often, mostly every night, but she'll wake us up at like 6 in the morning because she wants to go out. And yeah, but she definitely does not play well with others, except for Tabby. She'll be fine with Tabby, but like it's just because she's really afraid a lot with other cats and stuff, because she always gets hurt by either other cats or possum or something like that. So, and then the other cats, which they all have a name as well, because Mom, Satin and Puffy Tail and Squeaky and Bubba, who died, and Sweetie, who died, and Tanny, that's out there, and they're all outside only cats, and we just feed them whenever they come by. So, and that's actually it for all of the questions. Hopefully I can get this out the day that I said I was going to, because it's already 11:30, and this is going to take a long time to process this video, but I'm going to try my best. And thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Listen to the pillow, subscribe, like the video. Thanks for watching. Like the next video you watch, and the next one, and the next one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.